As says the discussions inside, what are you taking home?
Thank you very much. SABC is a professional regulatory body for teachers, and therefore we've listened to the discussions around early childhood care and education, the broader ECD space, but also issues of continuing professional development. And therefore, one of the things that is critical for us as a body that is responsible for overseeing the continuing professional development in terms of its quality, access, and all that, we are really going to be working with all the members within the sector to make sure that our teachers are really developed. And when we talk about our teachers, we don't exclude your ECD practitioners, because if we are to really deal with in a manner that everybody is able to get access, your practitioners are very important. But also the foundation phase, which is between grade R and also grade 3, becomes important as well. So because there's a need for us to professionalize that grouping. They haven't been covered to a greater extent by the sector in terms of quality issues, in terms of their status, in terms of their conditions of service. And therefore, it's going to be very important for government to take responsibility and make sure that all those issues are covered. But as professional regulatory body, obviously playing oversight, making sure there is quality, making sure that everybody who gets into the classroom, standing in front of the learner, is professionalized, is registered, but also participating in continuing professional development, so that everybody is really able to keep abreast with the developments and be able to deliver the information that we want, or the knowledge and skills that we want.
If we're talking about being registered, there are some concerns that some of the educators are not registered, do not have qualifications, but they stand in front of learners. What is SABC saying about that?
That is exactly why we've done an audit. We meshed our data with PERSAL data, we meshed our data with other data in other institutions. And we said to the provincial education departments, it can be business as usual. We've given them deadlines to say by this particular date, all those educators that are standing in front of learners without any qualification, without any professional registration, they will be taken out. But we are working collaboratively with them to make sure that we are developmental, we assist, we go out there and make sure that we are on the ground and registering them. And going forward, we are amending the SABC Act to make sure that we even criminalize that process of standing in front of the learner without registration.
If we're talking about maybe figures and provinces, which province maybe you would say are culprits in this? And what are the figures of those educators who stand in front of learners without qualifications?
The initial process that we did in terms of data matching, the Western Cape was a little bit high in terms of the numbers. We also saw Gauteng a bit. In fact, most of the provinces, the difference was the numbers. But as I'm saying, most of the numbers were coming from Western Cape. And the argument for them, obviously, was that SABC doesn't have a provincial office operating in the province. And that is why you would have seen us camping in that province, literally camping for about 2 to 3 months to make sure that there are no excuses. And what I like, the provincial education departments came to the party, the MECs were on the ground, the head of departments, so that all of us can work collaboratively to make sure that there's no one who is left in the classroom without being professionally registered. We are continuing. In fact, the numbers decreased substantially. We're no longer having more than 1,000. Those that are left is because they need to be assisted from the issue of fitness for purpose. It might be that you've got a criminal record, and therefore, how do we deal with you in terms of making sure that we assist the process because you are already teaching? And therefore, that is why we don't want a situation where people go into classrooms without that, because you may be having pedophiles, you may be having people that are having cases of murder or those kind of cases, and therefore the bit that is left is because there are dynamics around their issues.